Before I get started, I want to ask you guys to do something for me, something very important. I want everybody in here to participate, especially now, right? I want everybody in here right now, within the sound of my voice, everybody in here, to look at somebody that you don't know and pay them a compliment. Everybody in here, look at somebody you don't know, pay them a compliment. Right now, you too, sir, look at somebody you don't know, pay them a compliment. Turn up, mask people, look at somebody you don't know, pay them a compliment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That's great. That's great. All right. You did too much, ma'am. Put your tongue in. No, she didn't. She didn't have it out. She was just... No, she's mad at me. Because isn't the random compliment a cool thing? The random compliment a cool thing? Right, sir? I mean, like... Because it's like we live in such a society of haters. Right? Until nobody really compliments each other anymore. Right? I mean, like if you think about it, you can't consistently get a compliment on something unless you don't have it anymore, right? People are like, hey man, so I hear you lost your house in foreclosure. Wow, that was a nice house, man. That was beautiful. You had wood floors and granite countertops and stuff. They don't care. They'll say anything. So you have diabetes and you don't have that foot anymore. That was a great foot, bro. We used to play soccer and kickball and stuff. And now you can't do but 1/4 of the hokey pokey. Thank you for that clap, sir. That's a compliment. I appreciate that. That's good. That's good. My friend Hop Along down here. Good to see you, man. You are killing the game. Thank you so much, man. Haters, you know, I had this little girl hating on me, you know. First of all, like nowadays there's this thing called there's this thing like for medical, you know, there's this thing called the reticular activating system. And what happens with that is like there's this thing in your brain that if it activates, then whatever you focus on, you're gonna see that thing all the time, right? So now in this period that we're in where everybody's not getting along, which is something I'll get to later on, you know, you see it everywhere. Like if you think people don't like you, you think people don't like you everywhere. I was at Starbucks and I was in line. This dude behind me was a little girl, you know. She starts looking at me, right? Little bitty girl, cute, you start looking at me. Now kids do, they look at you, they stare at you. Sometimes you want to go, well, you know, what are you looking at? But you can't do that because they're a little kid and you want to scare them. But she's looking at me, I look back at her, and her dad looks at me, looking at her, and I look at him, looking at her, looking at me, and then we look at each other, looking at each other, and then the little girl looks up at her dad and she says, Daddy. When she says daddy, you know she's about to say something messed up, right? I guess she saw my beard and my hair. And she says, Daddy, he looks like the devil. Her dad didn't change words. He was like, no, sweetie, he looks nothing like your mother.